Good day, guys. Today I'm gonna make my favorite vegan soup. I hate cooking. I don't consider myself a very good cook, but I like this soup so much that I want to share it with you. I make a really big batch. Every 4 or 5 days I make a big batch and eat almost the entire soup by myself. My wife will eat a little bit, but I mostly eat it by myself. So we'll start with nutritional yeast. We're gonna put a cup and a half. There's about a cup, and there's half a cup. So put that in the one bowl. Okay, and in the other bowl, I'm gonna put a cup and a half of raw organic cashews. There's 1 cup. There's about half a cup. Now the raw cashews, I'm gonna soak them in water. So there you go. Just make sure they're flooded with water, and we'll let that sit aside for 1 hour. Okay, this is our nutritional yeast here, and I will use 1 teaspoon. Actually, I'm gonna use 2 teaspoons of black pepper. Okay, so I'm dumping that in the same bowl where I got my nutritional yeast. Salt, I'm going to use 3 teaspoons just because this is salt mixed with herbs. So if you're going to use regular salt or sea salt or Himalayan salt, use 1 teaspoon and a half, because this is half salt and half herbs. So because of that, I'm going to be using 3 teaspoons. There's 1. That was a little bit more than 1, but okay. So there's 2, and there's about 3 teaspoons. And last, I'm going to be using 3 teaspoons of paprika. There's 1, 2. Okay, there's about 3 teaspoons of paprika. So, yeah, we got our nutritional yeast, and then we got the cashews, and we'll put that aside for now. Okay, now I'm going to be cutting 3 large onions. So we're going to fry these onions, and it's going to go in the blender after, so there's no sense wasting time to cut it like super fine. So we're just going to, cut it in big chunks there, just so it's, it can fit in the blender, and we're going to saute these onions next. Okay, this is a very large pot. It's about, I would say 9-10 inches deep by a good 12 inches across, but I'm going to make a really big batch of soup because I hate cooking. So I'm going to be good for 4 or 5 days with this soup. And we're going to throw in a little bit of olive oil like that. Now we're going to throw in our onions. And we are going to saute our onions for about 3 minutes. Okay, the onions have been sauteed for about 3 minutes. You can see that they're starting to get like translucent, so that's good. Let's set that aside for now. Okay, now we're going to chop up some carrots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to be using 6 carrots. Okay, I'm not going to chop up these carrots too fine because they're going to go in the blender anyways, and I'm not even going to wash them. There might be a little bit of dirt left on it, and that's good because this is a vegan soup. So if you're going to be vegan, where are you going to get your vitamin B12 from? Because you don't eat meat, so you're not going to get any more vitamin B12. There's vitamin B12 in dirt, so we're not going to wash the carrots, so we're going to leave the dirt on there. So this is how you're going to get your vitamin B12. So again, it's going in the blender, so we don't have to cut that too fine. Okay, so now we're just going to throw all our veggies in this pot here. Okay, so there's all the carrots. Now we're going to put some potatoes in here. Okay, next is the Russian blue potatoes. You can just use like white potatoes, but I grow my own potatoes. The Russian blue, they're healthier than white potatoes, but if you can't find this at your local store, you can just use white potatoes. I peeled the skin off these potatoes just because the skin looks pretty horrible, but if I would have used white potatoes, I would have kept the skin on because there would probably be some dirt left on it, and it's vitamin B12, or you can just take a vitamin B12 supplement if you are considering going vegan. Okay, so next thing is going to be the kale. Okay, I just washed my kale, and kale is a really super healthy food, so we're going to use all of this. So I'm just going to cut it up. Not going to go too fine because it's all going to go in the blender, right? Lots of kale. Okay, now I got 6 large cloves of garlic. Okay, a full pack of asparagus. Do we have room for something else? Oh yeah, once I start cooking this, it's going to go down, so let's add more veggies to it. Okay, now I got a full head of cauliflower here. There, that's it for the veggies. And now we're going to be using 3 cartons of vegetable broth, organic vegetable broth. Okay, now I'm going to bring this to a boil and let it simmer for 30 minutes. Okay, I'm going to use another half a liter vegetable broth. I think I could use a little bit more. There, so I've used a total of 3.5 liters of vegetable broth so far. Okay guys, this has been cooking for about at least 35 minutes now, so now it's time to put it through the blender. Okay, so I just blended till it's a nice puree, and for now I'll just put it in this pot here. Got to take out another pot here, we're running out of room. put a little bit more of that vegetable broth. Okay, this spot is empty now. There's a few flakes of onions, but that's okay. We don't need to blend that, right? So let's put it back. We'll put everything back in the pot here. Okay, we're gonna dump all this back in there. Okay, and the rest here. I can scrape that after. Okay, now we're going to make our cream with the soaked cashews. Remember at the beginning of the video we soaked some cashews in water. It's been soaking for over an hour, so that's what we want. Let's dump the cashews in the water and everything. Let's not throw the water, throw everything in there. And then we got our nutritional yeast, salt, pepper, and paprika. So let's throw that in there too. Okay. And we got about half a liter of vegetable broth left. So let's dump that in there too. And let's blend that, and that's going to make our cream. Vegan cream. Okay, so there's our mostly cashews and nutritional yeast, and we're going to dump that in the pot, like so. And now we're going to mix it well, and that's it. The soup is ready to eat. So we'll mix it really well, and then it's going to be ready to serve. And like I said, I'll mostly eat this batch of soup all by myself. My wife's going to eat a little bit, but she likes to eat other stuff too. I can live off this soup here, so this is probably going to last me 4 or 5 days, and then I'll make another batch. Now, every batch is going to be different, but what I do stay consistent with is my onions, the potatoes, and the carrots. And for the vegetables, sometimes I'll put kale and cauliflower. Another time I'll put, instead of putting the kale and cauliflower, I'll just put like celery and broccoli or whatever, right? So that way it always tastes a bit different, but it always tastes really, really good. And the cream will stay the same with the nutritional yeast and the cashews. That stays the same as well as the paprika, salt, and peppers. I don't change that. It's just my my main vegetables. Like I said, I'll keep the potatoes and carrots the same, but the rest of the veggies I just change. Oh, man, this is so good. I could never get tired of this soup. This is why I decided to make the video of this soup. You know, I just want to make videos what I'm passionate about. If you've been looking at my channel for a while, you'll notice that I'm passionate about woodworking. So most of my videos are about woodworking or sharpening knives or polishing axe. But I hate cooking. That's why I make a big batch of soup like that. And I love this soup so much. And the fact that it's vegan, I got my cholesterol tested 4 months ago and it was on a high side. So I decided to go, you know, 95% vegan. I might eat meat on 1 meal per week, that's it, if that. So I just went for blood work this morning, so I'm just going to wait for my blood test results, see if my cholesterol is any better. And if you're curious and you want to know about it, I can post that in my next video. So this is probably not going to become a cooking video, as I hate cooking, but I really like this soup and I just wanted to share it with you. So thanks for watching.